All right. We're going to mess around with Reason from Reason Studios. And what we're going to be doing with Reason is nothing. I'm just going to show you how cool it is because it's the most fun DAW out there. Because when you hit tab, it flips it around and shows you all the wires. That's why. But also because when you click over here in instruments, it has just very fun looking instruments. And look, I don't care what you say. The way something looks, the way the instrument looks and acts, adds to inspiration. It adds to creativity for me. And let's just screw around with one of the basic synths called Subtractor in Reason. And I'll let you hear how cool the sound you can get out of this little thing. And this has been in Reason forever. So I just chucked Subtractor into the rack, and it comes with a default bass guitar. And I'm just going to screw around with the controls here and find a cool sound. I'm going to turn up the polyphony because it's set for a mono synth. Turn up the amount of envelope in the filter. And the goal of this video is I'm probably going to try to make a couple bars of a little, I don't want to say cute, but a little song that might be catchy. I'm feeling in that cute, catchy mood, if that's not at all unmasculine. And I added some reverb and delay. Record and just get some ideas down. Okay, well that was an idea with a lot of messed up notes. So let me just show you the sequencer and see how we can tidy this up. I'm going to stretch that out. If I hit the control button and scroll wheel with the mouse, you could zoom in and out of the notes. I'm going to turn off the browser here. Or reduce it so I can see all the notes. I'm going to do a Control A while I'm in there to highlight everything, and then a Control K to quantize everything. And let's just hear how it sounds. And I just want to take it from here. So that's where we're going to start. Okay, something went a little too quick. Okay, the bass note came in a little too quick, so I want to bump this one. Whoa! Let's redo that. Go down to the bass note, just pick the one note, and move it over just one notch. I think that's what we wanted to do. Sure. Let's get rid of that guy. And get rid of that guy. I think we wanted to move. Maybe we want to bump that up. Let's see how that sounds. Oops. I think what happened is it was set to loop from the very beginning, so we might find the missing notes at the beginning of the loop. So we hit Control Shift and scroll with the mouse, we could zoom in and out horizontally. If we just hold Control with the mouse, we could zoom in and out vertically. I think I got that right. So let's pop this out again a little farther. There's the missing notes. Because it was set for loop, the missing notes came in there. So why don't we just do a chop? If you hit the R, it stands for razor, and chop the clip there. Let's take, and then hit Q to get back to the arrow. Take our missing notes and put them where they're supposed to be, which is right there. Let's hear how that sounds. A little off. So let's fix up the ending. So let's bring that there. Let's turn that there. Let's bring this back to where it should be. Let's join these two by highlighting both of them, right-clicking and hitting Join Clips. Now it's the way we want it. Okay, so let's double-click on there, zoom in, and let's tidy up these notes in the end here. Okay, Control Shift and scroll wheel, and we're going to zoom in. I think these are coming in a little too quick. No, I was wrong. Let's undo that. I think we got that right. Let's throw some drums in now. One of the things I love a lot about Reason is it's got a cool drum sequencer in the suite. If you don't have suite, you don't have this, but I'm going to show it to you anyway because it's one of my favorite things. It's under Players. Go to the drum sequencer. And actually, let's throw an instrument on first to see what we're actually going to be sequencing. And let's just throw Kong, which is a cool drum machine. And then let's go to Players and take the drum sequencer and put it in right above Kong. So now if we open up Kong, we'll see the drum sequencer is there right above it. We hit Run. It just gives us a 4 on the floor by default. And I love that. Okay, I'm going to open up these hi-hats here. And I'm going to just hold my mouse button down on the velocity and just go straight across and just vary the velocities in a human way. So it just gives it a more of a human feel. And let's do the same thing with the open hi-hats up here. How about this? So now we got a pretty cool drum beat. But like I said, one of the reasons why I like the drum sequencers, number one, you could just literally take your mouse and just draw in notes by holding the mouse down. You don't have to draw them in one by one. And then you could just erase them by just highlighting over them. I love making drum beats this way because you could literally just do one of these and never know what you're going to get. Now, I mean, that's obviously a little too much, so I'm going to just delete all that stuff up there. But I'm going to keep the clap. And now we got a cool drum beat. So let's hear how the drum beat sounds along with the rest of the sequence. All right, now the stock sound that comes with subtractors, or the default sound with subtractor, is a bass guitar. And so it's got a little too much low end here. So, because I want to add an actual bass. So what I'm going to do is EQ this synth, take out the bass, and then take the bass line down here and add that as a separate track on with an actual bass instrument. So let's go to this icon here on Subtractor, which is the EQ. Turn the EQ on, and let's get rid of the bass like that. Now let's take another Subtractor, and let's chuck it in under the drum machine here. And actually, let's use this to make the bass. And we could just pull out the bass note from this track, which is this. Let's copy that, Control C. Let's go to the bass guitar track, hit Control V, create a event, and then hit Control V. And so there we have it. If we solo this, you'll hear the bass. Oops, a little too far. Let's actually pull that there, pull that back, and then we'll hear the bass. Now there, it's a little too high, so let's pull it down. Let's hear how it sounds an octave lower than that. Let's try that. There we go. And let's hear how everything sounds together. All right, I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking to this bass because I think it needs a little more grit. So let's just open the filter up and hear how it sounds. Let's make it a saw. I like that better. All right, I like that better. It's got a little more grit. Let's see if I could quantize the ends of this because I think it's the notes are a little too choppy. So let's zoom in on this, highlight all the notes, and see if there's a way to quantize end of notes. There's quantize. I don't think you could do the end, but let's just drag the end of every note. So let's select all, drag the end of every note, see if we can extend them a little bit. See how that sounds. All right, it doesn't sound great, but what we're going to do is add a little effect called pumper to the bass track. And this way, it'll give it more of a squashy EDM-y type feel. Let's put it before the synth. Let's put a little bit of pumper on the synth track above it too. Not a lot, but just a little bit. And then we're going to put a really kick-ass bass drum in there. Okay, now let's add a pretty thick bass drum on there. Right now we just have Kong playing this bass. Let's add another Kong and just edit the bass drum. So we can do that by browsing there, going under bass drums, and listening for one we like. All right, let's chuck that one in there. And let's open up or put in another. No, let's draw this one in. So instead of using the drum sequencer for this one, for this Kong, we're just going to actually create an event down here. One bar. There it is. So let's zoom in and just draw those notes in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's solo that. Nice. There's the original bass drum. And here it is with the Kong. Nice, huh? So let's duplicate that 4 times, and just that track is only going to be bass drum. And here's how it's going to sound. Sweet. So that is just screwing around with Reason a little bit. We have just 3 tracks, 4 kind of, if we count the drums as 2. And just a little bit of a demo of what Reason can do and how much fun it is. And remember, if you look at the rack, and then you hit tab and flip it around, you can literally wire everything to everything else. You don't have to. It's a little over my head as far as geekiness, but I have messed with the wires here and there. But I just like how fun it looks. I mean, look how fun it looks. How could you not have fun with this as a musician? So open up Reason, download the demo, have fun with it, and we're going to do more videos on Reason. The idea behind these videos is literally to just jump on. Don't even spend a lot of attention on it. Just listen here and there, maybe get inspired, and just pump you up to make better music. That's what I want to do. I want to pump you up to make more music, make better music, and just get inspired. So that's the goal of this channel. That's what DAWJunkie is all about. Go to DAWJunkie.com and listen to all the podcasts we have on there. I'm rebooting. I'm going to try to reboot all of them, but we have the EDM Producer Podcast. We have the Plugin Podcast. I'm probably going to put a link to the Mastering Podcast, which I originally started with Ian Shepard, and John Tidy took it over and did a great job. And then we have one other one. I did the Sound Design Podcast, which maybe I'll dial him up. I'm old, guys. And see if he wants to do more shows. But those shows usually went where I would call Seamless, say, can you talk about additive synthesis or something like that? He would talk about it way over my head. I would say, thank you. That's the end of the show for today, and then that's how that went. He's just way too smart. But let's see if we can do more with him. All right, see ya.